Episode 12 of Fist of the North Star 1 Point. The keyword for this episode is going to be loyalty. This episode is a whole mess of people betraying each other. It's very well depicted, so in the sense that it's mainly about the way that it's depicted that I like. This episode, and that's what I want to talk about, this analysis of this episode is going to be quite comparable to the one video, the earlier video, about episode 10, corruption. So that was how corruption was depicted, even though we said other things, and we're going to do the same now. This episode starts with some guy who's already dead, and Kenshiro presses one of his pressure points, or several, whatever, and he tells him that he was begging for his life, and that he's definitely going to be a good person, that he's sorry, he was only following orders. And Kenshiro tells him, you're a message, just go and inform 𝚿𝚎𝚅𝚌𝚎. And then he goes, and then he gets on his bike and he's going to inform him, and he says, I'm a message my ass, and and then he betrays Kenshiro. So this is the way it starts, let's say. Then he goes and informs Kenshiro and tells 𝚿𝚎𝚅𝚌𝚎 and the other ones, and says, oh, he said I'm a message or something, and he's laughing about it, and people are like, oh, I think you're already dead. And then he dies, and those guys are like, well, he's going to get us. But then 𝚿𝚎𝚅𝚌𝚎 says, no problem, Fox is still there, and he's the strongest one of us, so that's good. And then he says, yeah, but even if he loses, then that will have given us enough time to escape. And even his men are like a bit shocked, like, oh really, that's what we're going to do? Anyway, Kenshiro kind of gets quickly rid of Fox. But even Fox was ready to betray 𝚿𝚎𝚅𝚌𝚎 and tell Kenshiro where he was to save his own arse, if I may say so, pardon my French. So everyone is betraying each other. The cool thing is how it started with, well, the way it's structured in the episode is that it started with one man, so it's the other one betraying this one, and he betrays him. And then towards the end of the episode, what happens is that everyone betrays 𝚿𝚎𝚅𝚌𝚎 to save their own lives, and 𝚿𝚎𝚅𝚌 betrays everyone, and everyone ends up dead at the end of the day. What I want to say about loyalty is this kind of fake loyalty, because they're a group, but now they're criminals. They only live for themselves, but they're in a group. So it's like there should be some sort of loyalty, they work together. But it's for themselves, so it's an illusion of order, but in reality they embody chaos. They're chaotic and they cause chaos. So the way you get rid of that is, well, how could you better annihilate chaos than with chaos? But we talked already about the fact that Kenshiro is a demon to the criminals. So he kind of embodies chaos in that sense, but then he kind of installs this one little organic, which is more of an orderly kind of thing, because it's one thing that slowly evolves, and you could predict what it will become. So a seed will become a tree, for example. So it's slowly coming, and you can see what's going on. It's very clear. And so this thing that caused the end of everyone is actually an organic evolution. So this gets to be kind of like the little white point, the white area within the black part of the yin and yang, so the yin. So it's like this bit of truth, this bit of goodness has ended everyone, because it's kind of like Kenshiro has planted that little thing that has made everyone's real face appear. So instead of being this fake group, everyone went back to being who they are in reality, and they betrayed each other, and that caused the end of all of them. So this is the pretty cool thing I wanted to say about this kind of fake loyalty, and in reality absence of loyalty, that we can see in these groups of criminals.